second before we start. Let this make sure it's started up. But welcome everyone.
Make sure it's upcoming.
Well, I always wait a second, because sometimes YouTube will cut off your intro if you do it too soon. So I always do it like several times just to make sure.
All you'll be having is like, oh! Oh!
Ooh, sorry.
Just,
A new song is coming out I need to listen to tomorrow. Sorry, that caught my eye. Let me go to my library. Ooh, it's by the people who make that shanty song we talked about, James.
Oh!
And it has to do with Horizon Forbidden West that came out. Ooh, I'm gonna have to listen to that. Alright. That's all I'm gonna say. But I'm also
hold on.
just for all you guys out there to let you know, soon I'm gonna be creating a playlist on the channel of a ton of like types of music videos I tend to watch. If y'all wanna, especially like for this one we're talking about now, where they do like video game music and stuff like that. I already have one of them on my channel that I've subscribed to and promote because it does FNAF songs, and they're actually really catchy.
Oh, and about the
that's a different one,
Frontier song, aren't you?
Yeah, I don't know what the title of it is yet. Probably, I would imagine that's the name of it, but I don't know. I haven't seen it yet.
It's called New Frontier.
But it's a good song. It's a good song. I haven't heard it yet, but I imagine it's good. But because of who it's, I know that sounds crazy, but who makes it? I doubt it. There's no way it could be a bad song. It literally is impossible. It'd take a lot of effort for them to actually make it a bad song.
Never mind, I'm not happy and I'm now suffering a collapse, Muhammad. He got pissed. Like,
yeah, but as you, like I said, as those things happen, you will learn more and more. Like, okay, now that happened, now I know what to do next time, because you want to see how their reaction is and then determine where to go from there.
Can I just nuke it and be like, yeah, I win?
I mean, this is what I mean by the Zeech answer.
You spent millions and millions of pounds on making vehicles and war weapons. Dead. Invest that money into a nuke and blow the country up.
And let's just end everything.
It ends everything.
No, it's like
you have an argument, throw a bomb in their face.
Only Zeech.
But it's really efficient though. Because you solve
even Corn's like that is.
Country.
Even
countries don't like it. Go just blow them up.
Even Corn would be like, that helps no one, not even me.
Well, I'll blow you.
That's why it's like Zeech is like that's only Zeech could answer like that.
Well, what's wrong? Well, think about it. You're not wasting your lives of millions. Everyone will be safe. Everyone will be happy. You might kill a couple people in the end of this country.
But here's the thing. That's not how that works. That's why you can't tell your own Zeech answer, because that answer leads to all gone. You don't just get one when you don't. There would be no one left to make them. You don't get that.
Zeech will make them.
In today's society, one equals all. If one were to drop, all drop. Meaning that's it's not. I mean, it used to be a theory, but at this point, to be fair, it's not a theory. Like, if that really actually for some reason happened, all. It's just an all. That's why I said to him, that's an all. That's why stop trying to explain your answer. You're not gonna be able to, because that's a Zeech answer.
All right, I'll just go with it.
Because you can't. Because that is a Zeech answer. No one else would answer that but a Zeech, because there's no logic behind it.
I'll blow you up with my answer.
Even the blood guy would be like, who is about war and Warhammer, would disagree with that answer.
I'll blow him up.
Because that's too much at once. Because he's also honorable at the end of the day, technically, too. So, that's why it's ironic that the most dangerous demon actually in Warhammer is Zeech.
Yeah. Oh, Scarf,
Frick Nurgle and the rest.
It has been a while, so remind me again who are you, because it has been a while since I saw anyone said. Don't worry, I'm on about something unrelated to this game, and it's just a bit of fun.
But I'm going to start it up.
I'm going to take care, bro. I'll come back and I'll see you, bro. Alright, take care. Well, that was a quick fix.
But that's
I
it's
think I
just
scared
hilarious.
him off with blowing people off.
It's
Like, I'll blow you up,
but
okay, bye! I think that's why I don't get any people to visit me, because I'm just like, what happens? I'll blow you up, I'll blow you up, hi,
Well,
I'll
no,
blow
you
you up,
do, no.
okay, bye!
Here's your weakness, James. You need to learn how to deliver. You're not good at your deliveries. You need to learn how to deliver proper Zeech answers as a YouTuber, because
I'll blow you.
and also you need to stop trying to explain them. You defeat the purpose of a Zeech answer if you're explaining it, James. That'd be like Loki telling someone how he's gonna stab him.
Very good. How are you gonna stop me? Quick, well, actually, here's what I'm gonna do.
It's like, pretty well, at first I'm gonna go this way, and then this way. Like, then they're just gonna stop it. That's like an MMA fighter saying, I'm gonna punch you right now.
I mean,
and then tries to punch him. Like, actually does what he says, and is like, okay, this guy's actually calling his shots. What dumb idiot is this?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Also, when now you started the game's updated a bit.
Woo!
Now my scrolling is bad. It's 181 out of 138.
That's still bad!
It's not as bad as 138 out of 30.
No, that's the name. That's what you told me. You said 130 out of 180. So all it increased by was 8.
It's actually 181 out of 138. It's just
but you told me 130 earlier.
Yeah,
it's in the stream.
The game didn't start. I didn't think. Where's my faction?
So yeah, but that's still not much difference. That's an 8 gain. Yay! You're still in shit.
Hold on, Hold on.
Because I'm gonna point out mine. 128 out of 119. See how less of a gap that is?
Like I said, I made my game into a spiral.
That's fantastic. Okay, so what was I gonna ask? There was something I wanted to ask that you needed to start the game to see it. What was it?
Blowing people up.
Oh! How many mines do you have? Because I want to try to fix this, because if you can't fix this, you're gonna lose. You can't have that many negatives as a megacore.
How do I tell how many mines?
You go to each planet and look at how many reds you have.
So my main planet has 10.
Okay, so is that 10 filled? Like, we're also talking about solid red blocks.
Yeah, the solid red blocks. I have solid 10. I could build an extra 5, I think.
Well,
so.
don't rush that yet, because you don't want to do them all on one planet necessarily. I mean, you may have to at this point, but we'll see.
The other one is more power based, so that only has 2 mines.
So it only has, but okay. Question, because I'm gonna have to know this just so I can help you do this. So, all right. When you say 2, is that solid 2 reds? How many hollow?
Solid 2 reds.
How many hollow? How many? Oh, so you can't have any more than 2.
No, I can't have any more than 2.
Okay, so that planet is not your goal here. What? Any others?
Yes. Another one. Again, another energy planet. 4 solid reds. Can't build anymore.
Ooh.
Another one is. I am building the 5th one, and I can't have any more. I don't know why I captured this planet. It was shit.
But wait, what's on that one? You might have done it for a different reason to save you in other ways. What is that one?
Just 5 city district details, 3 energy, 5 mines, and a bit of food.
How much food?
Tiles I could build is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
You got that for the people you got. That was your That was your problem. See, this is the problem, and we can't let this. We can't let this happen again, James. We cannot go a month in between these episodes because you won't remember. And I have this problem with FNAF even sometimes, or my other games like that I play that are strategy, I always double check each episode. But with that big a gap, I can tell you what you were doing right there. That was your planet, so you could feed the people you accepted into your society. That's your
Yeah.
farm world, so you can feed the people you got that are now not crystal people. And here's a tip for you. And I do wish sometimes, and this is a tip for you, don't be afraid to do this, James. Don't be afraid to ask me questions if you truly don't know, right? Because I'm
Right.
going to tell you right now, you should not have accepted immigrants into your society yet.
No, I know that now. It's a bad
Because
thing.
your people do not eat food.
No, they eat minerals.
They eat minerals. So now you're having to feed two different populaces, which is why your minerals are now -8. Because here's the thing, the reason why it's negative is the people on the world where the immigrants are from the other species, they're not happy with you, so they're not producing max amount. So they're drawing your economy down further.
Yeah.
So what's your positive on energy?
34.
So you're fine there. You can spam some stuff. So the best thing I can tell you to do right now, okay, go to your home world that has the most mines.
Yep.
How many empty slots are left?
5.
How many city districts have you filled up already?
All of them.
All of them? So you cannot build any more.
Can't build any more city districts or energy.
Then spam the hell out of the rest of the 5 of those mineral districts. You need to tank your minerals back up. Because at this point, your people have to survive on their own while you...
Oh, I can't build it.
Why? Are they, hold on. Let me find a planet let me look at this. Question. To the right, does it say it has blockers when you're highlighted on it? Like in the
It has no blockers.
But why is it saying you can't build anymore then?
10 out of 15 matches, no mining districts. Because it's grayed out as those 5 things.
Yeah, but usually grayed out has a reason. Do I have any planets who have this? I do not. Why is that? What did I do that you didn't? Oh wait, here we go. So I have to figure out what this means, because it's been a while since I've had this issue as well.
Yeah.
This is why we cannot let this go a month again.
No.
Because we have to practice to do these, and that's what causes. And I feel like this weekend might be a bust, and I feel like other than Minecraft, because that's easy, we should have just taken a break this weekend. Because both of us were coming off of a really bad health. So, I guess we'll let this episode of us learning how to do this again. This probably won't be a long episode then. An hour at best. So, question. Underneath where it says miners produce minerals, right? And jobs-based production. What does it say underneath that line?
China has 10 mining districts out of the 15 maximum possible.
See, okay, so it is more possible. Why are we not allowed more?
We could cure this project to replace the district with another current district to remain optional to no.
This is something I have to figure out. Wait a second, hold on.
Galactic.
Wait, I think I know what it might be. Give me a second.
Cosmology.
Hold on 1 second, James. Let me see.
Oh. Oh my god, I'm such an idiot.
What did you figure out? Because it might be part of my issue too, trying to figure out why these grays are here.
It's
Gray
not
blocks
just
are here.
that.
Because I can't
I haven't
remember.
been focusing my planets.
Well, that's true. You should do that. Your home world should definitely be your, since you have no others, your mining world. Or keep it as capital. You actually might not be able to change the home world status. But your other planets, like the farming
Well,
one...
I could change the districts and it's just no focus. So, and if I go to manufacturing focus, it will be, no, it will be
Wait,
production
does it have
focus.
no focus?
This
Where?
focus will generate the raw such as food,
Well,
minerals,
hold
and
on.
energy.
Where do you see this at? Show me before you do that.
In the left side, in the cosmography.
What? Hold on.
Do you know what the market is? Below that one.
Planets. Yeah, but hold on though. That's a district, James, not planets and sectors. You don't want to do that necessarily, I don't think. I haven't messed with this yet because this is when you get too big. Because when you get too big, you eventually have to sector off to get rid of your sprawl, and you have to put someone in charge. And this shrinks your sprawl down. Now, you could do this to help you, but because I haven't done this myself, you would be punching in the dark. Because I don't remember how to do this. I haven't messed with this yet. I haven't made it big enough. My faction is nowhere near... I'm over my sprawl, but that can be fixed through research. Mine's not as big a gap as yours is. So I don't know. Because you could say, hey, yeah, go down here... Let me look at it real quick. Let me mess with this and see. So, Earth, for instance. I hit X. No, let's use someone else. This one's a farming world. Yeah, if you click View Planet and go into... Wait, hold on. Where are you going after that, James? Like... Okay, when you go into planet and sectors and the cosmography, I assume you're expanding it and you're seeing your other planets, right?
We'll go to the expansion planet.
Well, no, I'm just trying to figure out what you're looking at, James, so hold on. So, you go into cosmography, then what?
In the planets and sectors, and it goes to my... goes to the top one with my leader's name, which is Kill Odom. And I clicked that.
And then what happened?
It comes up with this tab saying the sector outputs at the
top. I see what you mean. So you click on your leader and then you can change your leader's sector focus.
Yes.
See, I didn't know this was a thing either. I didn't know our actual commanding leader, like the one who you start with, or the one that gets elected each year at the beginning, like the head leader. Because eventually you can get more than one governor.
Yeah.
Because that's our only governor, right? Let me make sure. It is, for the moment. Because we haven't hired any more. Interesting. I still don't know if this automatically takes power away from us, though. Let me see what... I'm going to experiment, because we may have to experiment with this just to see what happens. I'm going to put him on research focus for me and see what this does. What does it do? What does this do to change... I'm gonna unpause for just a second. Just let it tick over for a second.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Where's my research? I forget how I tell how much research is at the top coming in. Excuse me. Ooh. Okay, so that is a good thing to do. So yeah, set your main commander that's currently elected as manufacturing. That should be minerals.
Nope, it isn't, because the manufacturing is alloys and consumer goods. It's production focused. That gives me energy, minerals.
Okay, then production focus. I
Yes,
didn't know
that's what
those
I've
were
sort
roped
of.
up in the same one. Yeah, okay, then production focus.
What's balancing focus?
That's
Production of raw
everything. That's
resources,
just
manufacturing,
everything.
and research.
That's just everything. That just means your guy will try to keep it even across the board in his sector.
Okay. Let's see what happens.
No, that's your main commander. I'll unpause it for a second and let yours see if it changes any. It may not right away. That may just mean it'll make it easier overall. You may have other problems, other places you need to fix. So our next thing we need to figure out, though, again, because it's been so long, let me read chat real quick. Because I've been, oh, yo, Sealy, welcome, and also Farseer, welcome, welcome. The Arctic after he tail slapped a seal 10 feet in the air. Craft World, I sold that. Oh, y'all are talking. Okay, I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, so also forgive me if I've been missing chat as well. I'm trying to figure this out. So, oh no, that's branch offices. Wrong thing. Which one was it? Earth, right? Yeah, Earth. So, why is it that I only have this many out of this many? Excuse me. That doesn't do anything. That's just the sector itself. I am very confused. Yeah, that determines how many districts it can support, but why is it that it doesn't have the rest? Because it says it can literally have 8. But I'm trying to figure out why is that determined that way. Is it this? What is this? Oh! Is there a way to increase this? From planet size plus 17, expansion traditions finished plus 1. So there are traditions and stuff like that that will make them slightly bigger. Oh, hold on. So let's see. 5 and 5 is 10. Another 5. Oh, shit. Okay, well, I know what it is, James. Go into the planet. I need to show you something.
When it causes the graphic?
No, in the actual planet. Like, you need to click on your capital planet and go to the surface tab.
Okay, I'm in that.
Now you see, now go up to the planetary features and go one to the right to of that.
Oh, the little things.
Do you notice how the blue one has a 0?
Yeah.
Read it.
Oh.
Every planet can only have a certain amount of max districts no matter what color it is. This means you've overbuilt in one area and not the other. So, did your negative minerals change any when you set him to production?
Well, I'm waiting for the month to take over to see what happens, but it hasn't changed yet.
I'm pretty sure it would have already changed. Well, let's see what happens. Well, since this is an experimentation day, I'm gonna put it on full speed and let it just go.
No.
Yeah.
It hasn't changed yet.
I didn't. It would have done it immediately. I have a tradition. Let me go ahead and get that since it happened. But
I am building more mines on the planets.
Yeah, but hold on, James. You gotta be careful. You're gonna run into other issues. See, this might be a cat, and I hate. You're not gonna like what I'm about to say. You might be in a cascade again because we didn't know that. and because you accepted another species too soon, this isn't mean game over yet, but this puts you in a very awkward situation. This means you will constantly have to buy minerals for your people. You're going to have to do the reverse of what you should be doing. Because what you should have been building to do, because your market will make your money back eventually, and if you control the market through influence and offices, like you should have been doing, competing with me. But once again, we didn't know this, so it's not your fault. We didn't know. This was a learning thing, but this is the problem sometimes with doing so many months in between a stream like this. Because we didn't do it quick enough, neither of us caught it. Because we weren't, practicing in our off time, staying up to date with streams. So, I think it's salvageable, but like I said, we're gonna have to see how it goes, because you're gonna probably be in a disadvantage for quite a while. Because I guess what I should say is the issue that's gonna start happening is you have nowhere to go to expand. So you need to look at each of your planets and see how many total districts you're working with in that little area I just highlighted. And you have to determine which ones are reasonable that you can sacrifice other areas and build only mines there. Or at least build all the mines it's capable of. Because a lot of your planets aren't even capable of a lot of mines. Because didn't you not do the rock colony ship for a while or something?
For this one, for a bit, yes, I did do the rock one. For the first
couple of planets.
First planet I colonized.
So what?
The rest I eventually did.
You eventually did. So, because the ones you did it on should be promoting more mining on them. Because that's what they're meant to do. That's why you use that colony ship instead, because it guarantees a decent amount of mining on every planet. For minerals, especially for a rock-based species who eats rocks. Isn't that cannibalism? I think about it.
No. If that was the case,
rockalism.
Rockalism.
But anyways, that's how you get those. But since you forgot this on 1 to 2 worlds in the beginning, they're normal worlds. Because you only have... It sounds like in those worlds you only have like 3 to 4 at max mining. And that's because those worlds stayed as whatever they were naturally. And then this kind of promotes a hardship on you because you're lacking in minerals. Now, lucky for you, all these planets were power-based. So you're actually making enough power where you can still feed your people. You're just going to have to make sure you buy more minerals. How many total minerals do you have?
Now, 229.
You need to buy more. How much power do you have?
Close to 1,000.
You need to go into the market. What is it? The exchange of the market. Let me look before I buy this. Before I do this.
Buy it.
Yeah, so you need to buy minerals for power. And you need to have at least with a -8. Probably 1,000 since you have plus 34 power. So you need to tank your power a little bit and let it recoup for your people to have, so you do not have to worry about your negative for a while.
Because I think 1,000 minerals.
Because to be fair, I think the safest bet for you, since you accepted a more diplomatic view of things and you accepted a new species, you need to go build farms on that planet ASAP. How much is your negative food?
It's not negative.
So your food is positive?
Yes.
So never mind, then you can mix and match a little. You can build at least one mine on that planet too. But you need to make sure they're happy. So here's the issue though. is the people you gathered, are they the one that you're promoting against faction-wise?
How to choose a species to the...
Well, you go to, hold on. You would go, it's on the right side in the outliner. I gotta find it. Hold on. In the outliner, you would go to factions and go to the one that's the lowest. In the right side outliner at the bottom, near the bottom.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I'm actually having that problem now, too, a little bit. But isn't it because I can actually make these guys happy, I remember?
These people with the faction they
Yeah,
have is they don't like me.
So I need to get science without borders and dull edge to make them happy. That's why I haven't depromoted these guys. That makes sense. Now, so you're saying though they don't like you?
No, the lowest one. And that's the humans. That's what that's the other species.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you can click on the faction, and then if you go to, I gotta remember how to see this. Give me a second. Is there a way to look at what's? I think it's right here. So if you click on the faction and you go to the left where you see the little, like the thumbs up person, then you'll see a group of people and a single person. Yeah. One of these, I don't have other people in my society yet, so I can't see it. One of these should tell you the balance of who's following this as far as species.
What but belongs to the supporters?
I don't know if that it's any of those three on the left. I can't tell you which one, James, because I don't have a separate species yet.
The people of faction are pleased with the correct quote of happiness. The people of sports game, yeah.
Well, hold on.
Faction
what are you looking?
Support.
Well, hold on. What are you looking? Yeah, faction support.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, go beneath that one. Yeah.
Faction support. So
what is it? Well, you don't need to read them. Just tell me what the white letters say.
Total 1% from 12 Citizens Pops.
From 12 Citizens Pops. Is anything else in white lettering besides that?
That's it.
Go down one more.
Go on. Supporters. There are 12 Pops within our empire that belong to this faction.
Okay, what does it say beneath that?
It tells you where the Pops are located.
Alright, what planet? Where's the most of them?
5 of them are on Najagaga.
Najagaga. So is that the most?
Yes, that's for 5.
So go to that planet.
Najagaga. So this one is aha.
Yeah, so go to that planet. Let me bring up one of mine so I can tell you. Go to population.
Okay.
I gotta remember how to look at this. Is it population? Or is it summary? I gotta find out where you see who's living on the world between two different species. I assume it's population, but is there a simple way to look at it? I guess you're just gonna have to go through and count. Actually, I do have another species, but they're enslaved, so never mind. I'm gonna take back what I said. I do have another species, but let's just say what they say doesn't really matter. That's rough.
You could prioritize.
Well, hold on. Like I said, I need to know what I'm looking at before you start making stuff too. Because I mean, you can try to, if you want to take the risk, it's always up to you. But I'm trying to find out an easy way to look at, because you're doing something else than what I asked. We need to find out how to tell how many of what species you have on a planet versus another species without manually counting them. Because there is that. Oh wait, I found it. I'm an idiot. God, y'all can hit me if you want. Okay, so if you go to population, you'll see a pie chart next to the picture of the world.
Okay.
What percentage is not your crystallinean?
0.
Are you serious, James?
Yep.
So you do realize that means your own people are turning on you.
Fuck.
See, this is why you don't accept new people until you're ready.
Yeah. I should have thought about that.
Oh no, see, that's different. Oh no. And that's the majority of the people. Hold on. Okay, now we need to look at something else. Oh, this is bad. This is why you take your time. Remember, I'll say it again next time. Don't be afraid to ask questions on something you don't understand. I know you like to zeech your way through things. It's fine if you know how to control it and zeech your way through things. But you got to understand, in a strategy game, James, you can't just do it not knowing what you're doing. You can't zeech your way not understanding what you just zeeched. Because this will happen. Because this may be a guaranteed loss for you now. We may have to start over again. And that's not good. I'm not going to guarantee it yet, but I got to look at something before I can tell you this. So go back to factions.
Other species aren't living on my planets.
Well, no, they do, James. You got to understand.
None of them are.
No, hold on, James.
On all of them. Oh, wait, no. I tell a lie. I just found one.
It's going to be the one that they ought to... The humans are only going to live on one planet. Because that's the planet you helped them with.
That would be Ota.
But that's not the one the faction's from, is it? This is what I'm saying.
No, it isn't.
It's not. It means your own...
No, it is.
Hold on. Stop. But the majority of the followers of this faction are not on that world, Nagara. They're on Nagara, or whatever you said. That's your people if there's no humans on that planet.
No,
Just because a human founded it does not mean that's who's in it. Your people are having a separation of diplomatic support because you haven't been paying them any attention.
Yeah, I know.
So a human started its own faction that's trying to pull the species in a new direction. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but because I'm not used to it enough yet, because that's why I played the faction I did and have not accepted any immigration other than forced. Because here's the difference between me and your factions. Majority of the other species I have under me aren't allowed to have a say.
I should do that.
You can't if you're going to be diplomatic, James. That's the double-edged sword. This is why I warned you of making a diplomat, because being diplomatic in Stellaris is one of the hardest things to do in the beginning if you're not used to Stellaris. Because you have to mid-max your factions. You have to make sure you're only promoting the ones that you want to stay in charge. Or you make sure your species stays singular until you're ready for the immigration. Because when you have immigration, then it is naturally going to start to cause, in a diplomatic society, because that's how it's supposed to be, difference of opinion. Because that's, freedom of speech is a diplomatic thing. So you have to learn to kind of teeter-totter this. Now, I don't know if overall you're dead in the water, because how many people overall of your crystallinians are following other factions?
Oh. I have... Wow. I'll go for my second lowest. This is the crystallinian. This is at 55% thumbs up.
That's still pretty good.
Hold on. The highest is 18 on Kyanite. 3 on Rubicon, 2 on Oshto.
And maybe you may have to have a culture
One
switch
is on
over.
the human world.
That makes sense.
One is on the other.
So what's your highest?
75%.
And what's below that? Do you actually,
7%.
I guess I should... Okay, so you have more than 3. So, 75, 70, then I assume
55.
the 55, and then the lowest.
Yeah, which is 0.
Holy hell, it's 0?
Yeah.
Oh. Ooh. Click on that faction. We need to see what they want. I want to see if there's even a reason for you to even try this, or you're gonna have to...
outlawed.
That makes sense.
Dual edge, staying ahead of the curve and allowing any fellow empires to be bored.
Yeah, it means you have to be technologically advanced.
Yeah.
So you're...
Synth envy. Seen other empires parade of any kind.
Wait, is it AI allowed or outlawed?
Outlawed.
On any of our worlds is sure to displease this institute. Ah, that's right. These guys care about the robots. See, that's a problem because you're not going for robots.
Yeah, and the other one is Sith energy.
It's funny because you have AI outlawed. It usually is AI allowed when they have synth envy like that.
Yeah, it says Sith energy.
But the top is AI outlawed? Like OUTLAW.
ED, yes. Outlawed.
Wow. That's a weird combo, I'm not gonna lie. Let me read chat for a second. Let me see. Wow. You have to find that seal before the interest gets before the I'm going to Okay, no, they're still talking. It's okay. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything.
James, advice for the future: never take another species ever. When you're robots or rock people, the rock revolution.
They're hard to do.
James.
Yeah, it's hard to do. Well, it's not impossible, but since James didn't know that, and I forgot to tell him, and that's my bad. I mean, like I said, it may not be undoable. It's just what's your average? We may be okay to let this slide. What's your average influence per month? At the top.
Well, because I stopped it, a monthly gain is -3.
No,
and I stopped those promoting and suppressing factions, which somehow made it worse.
Because you're not doing. James, don't change that until you know what you're doing with that, because now you're in a worse situation. You need to continue suppressing that.
Okay.
You have no choice at this point because you've dug the hole already.
Should I start promoting the others?
You need to promote what's the 55 one want?
Frame movement, that's about it. This is because it's got anti-autocraft, which I have.
Wait.
I'll take what its issues, which
Yeah, what are its negatives? What's making it negative? Like less than. Alright, what is it?
Free movement. Ensuring the free movement of popes by prohibiting forced resettlement and disabling migration controls will please the true democratic committee.
Okay, we're gonna need to make that go up. So, it's been so long!
It's -10%.
Yeah, but that will change in a heartbeat, and that's only one change, James, that you have to do, and I gotta find it. Give me a second. What's it under? Society? Frick, this is why we literally cannot let this be this far apart again. It's gonna be policies?
Yeah, I'm looking at policies. Population
Resettlement?
control.
Where do you see that? My brain's missing it for some reason.
Long term is allowed to be elected solely in the hands of the individual as can use no voice species. Apply to population controls because selectively grow/decline.
So you want to put, I would say, you want populations control. Put that to prohibited.
That's already been set to prohibited.
What about slavery?
Prohibited. Cannot be allowed.
That's
Because it needs to be.
fine. That's fine. Refugees.
Refugees are welcome.
Okay. Robotic workers.
Outlawed.
Okay, that's fine. Artificial intelligence.
Servitude.
Change
'Cause I
that.
didn't.
You need to
outlawed.
change that to outlawed. Because that's what they want for the other one. That's fine,
Oh.
anyways. You need to
I
change
didn't
that.
change that because I didn't know.
You have remember, James. This game is everything. All of these menus matter, especially if you're gonna go a diplomacy build. You have to be in these menus
Right.
because it
Okay.
determines trade policy.
I went with. I should have changed that. Why did I not? It's not consuming benefits for the moment.
Well, that
So
might
no,
not
why
be
did
bad.
that?
That might not be bad in your case. Wait, say each collected trade value earns. Actually, I'd keep it on that for now. The only reason why I say
was
that.
gonna go with marketplace and ideas because it gives me unity as well, as well as energy.
Yeah, that would
Say
be
unity.
better, but it's too late now.
Yeah.
You need consumer benefits now because you're gonna need those consumer benefits because you already took on another species.
Yeah.
Because mine's wealth creation. I just want as much wealth from the trade value as possible. But okay, what's your economic policy?
Mixed.
Ah, damn it. What's your alloys per turn? Or per
10.
month? Jesus. Oh, this is gonna be bad. You definitely did do a little bit of mismanagement in some of your economic sides, because you don't have enough to maintain your alloys like you're supposed to be doing as a rock species.
Plus 25.
Your consumer goods is plus 25?
Yeah.
What? I'm gonna put this in perspective real quick, James, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you my numbers, because at this point, we kind of have to help each other get through this. Before we can go back to normal, actually going against each other. My alloys are plus 20 per month. Note that number.
Yeah.
And I'm not a rock person.
Yeah.
My consumer goods is plus 9.
Yeah, I kind of did some big
Now, food doesn't matter. I'm not gonna tell you that number because you just now got humans. You know what my minerals
food
is?
doesn't really matter.
Now, this is where you should be beating me in. The other one you shouldn't be beating me in, but I'm beating you in both, which is bad.
Yeah.
You know what my minerals per month is?
Go.
80
Yeah. Seems about right.
for a non-rock species. And
Why
my
would
money
it
is
have this
106 per month.
We kind of almost wanted to start this again. I just feel like.
I mean, we
not
can.
do-
We can if you want. I'm gonna have to let you decide on this because it's salvageable, but you're gonna have to convert your society. You're gonna have to suppress what's going on with the science people that want robots and all that robot bullcrud because you're never gonna get robots. That is pointless. So you need to suppress them, but it means you have to promote the others and make them happy in the process. So what do you want to do with that? Because I can help you fix this because I'm used to diplomatic because I played Fenrir. That was one of my best. I know how to get them to sway back. Because you're not beyond repair totally. It's just, it's going to be a pain in the butt a little bit. You're going to have to make up some groundwork. So this is going to take away from time of you getting your branch offices.
And I can't get my branch offices because I don't have the energy to do it.
That's my point.
So this is the point of you basically have just won because I've been a downward spiral.
I haven't won because I'm nowhere near my success either.
But by the time I get back up and running, you'll be either damn near completion of your condition, and I will just started to get going.
Well, in your defense, the Desolate could wipe out the Xenos before I get them, and if that happens, I lose. So there's always a chance for you to still win. That's why I'm just letting you decide. It's more of how much of an inconvenience do you want to go through. It's not really about can you win or lose. There's always a chance you can still win, because I could still be easily boned, because I have no easy way to get to the Xenos right now. Not fully. Not a guaranteed path. If it was, then I'd say, yeah, maybe we should restart, and I'd be honest with you. Because I am going to be fully honest with you, I'm not playing like the game role right now. I have no way to get to them. You're in my way a little bit, and so is Fenrir now, because they took that border right above you. I have no path. So I have to actually gain strength, even though mine was already planned. This was already planned anyways. That's what makes this less inconvenient for me, more inconvenient for you, but it doesn't mean anything. Because it also depends on what happens before I get to start a war with Fenrir long enough to take that spot right above you to get to the Xenos. I'm saying my strategy, but I kind of have to at this point. Just to make sure you, to give you all the facts on you, so you know it's not a guaranteed win for me, by any means. It just means I have an advantage, is the best way to put it now. I have a slight advantage because what I'm going to be doing to push through was already planned by me anyways, because I've run out of planets to expand on. So I kind of have to hurt the California peas either way. So it's up to you. I'll let you decide. If so, then I will. Oh, also, what's the top one say? Resettlement.
Resettlement is allowed.
Huh. Wait, why are they pissed then? Go back to them for me real quick, James. That 55? Because it sounds like you already have it as allowed.
I've had it allowed since the beginning.
So I'm kind of confused. Oh, maybe it's
Ensuring
a species.
the free move. I'll read the description for you. Ensuring the free movement of pops.
Oh, wait. I know what it is. You have to allow the humans specifically. Let me find that. That is under people. You need to go to people, the people tab underneath tradition, the two faces. Yeah. And you need to go to species. Find all the humans and other species you don't have. Go into them and make sure all their rights are set to everything, like movement, whatever, like they can do whatever.
The spaceship is full, decent conditions, colonizing rights are allowed.
What about population controls?
Oh, I can't enable it.
You can't? Wait, really? So what is it?
Controls enabled. Controls, yes, so not possible due to being crystalline. All must be true. Does not have a policy. Population controls periods. Our empire values xeno species too highly.
Wait, hold on. So what does it say next to population control? What is it locked into?
No population control. It's locked into that. I cannot enable it.
Well, then that should be fine. Why is it being weird?
No migration control. When I can migration control.
The top one says full citizenship, I assume.
Yes.
What is the living standards?
Decent.
Okay. Yeah, you have it on the better one. Oh, well, actually, wait.
No, Utopian Abundance is the better one.
Also social welfare. You might want to put them on that.
I don't have slaves.
I know, but it's everyone, James. If you look at social welfare compared to decent condition, your mine workers are mad. The decent conditions doesn't affect them. If you look at social welfare, it's going to give you a plus 10% in happiness to all bronze level workers, which are mining, farming, and normal power workers. That's your production line, the one you're specialized, your leader in. That's the bronze workers. So you might want to put everyone on social welfare. Now, however, unemployed tops have normal happiness. Yeah, see, yeah. You're gonna have to run this now. Can you set it to social welfare for the humans? Do it.
Actually, they're not humans.
What are they?
Fungoid.
Oh. Well, set it for them too, but make sure that if you have any humans, make sure they have it as well.
They don't have any humans. I have no humans.
So those must have been. Wait, no, that's not possible. You can't have a faction made by a human if there's not a human present. That is literally impossible.
Have a look at my stream. Apparently, it's possible.
Well, hold on, James. Hold on. First, go ahead and set them to social welfare. I'm not doing that because it's not what mine is. That. Go back to the screen where it says species, and then I'm gonna bring up your stream.
Yes, sir.
Give me a sec. 1 second, guys. I'll be back. Let me go look at James's stream for just a second. Yeah, you only have 2. What?
Right. You see these type fungoid, right?
How?
Look, fungoid, and I'm going to go to committed dislike.
Huh? Yeah, go to the committee. Let me see it. What in the world? What is this leader's name? Go back to it, James.
To the
faction that is 55% person. We may have to start over because I think you might have done something I don't know what you did.
The 55's a crystal, ain't it?
Well, the one then the one that started the bad faction then.
This is the top, these 3 height, the 55, 78, 75, all crystalline. Just the black one's just
is a human. So the one that's human, go to that one and tell me what the leader of that one's name is.
How do I find that out?
You just go to the faction, click on, bring it back up, the screen you had before. It should show her name at the top left.
What, scientist Emalani?
Yeah, it should. I can't. This is so blurry. I can't freaking see it. Hold on. Let me go to one of mine and see where it would be. So I'll just do the martial supremacy.
Yeah,
scientist. Okay, so yeah. What's her name?
Scientist Emalani.
Scientist Emalani?
Yes.
Okay. Go to your people tab again, but this time leaders.
Okay.
In scientists, are all of them crystallanian but one?
Yep.
Uh-oh. Okay, I know what you did. Yeah, see, now we have to start over. You know what you did?
I recruited a human, didn't I?
Be careful with this. No, you didn't. Well, you did, but you didn't. Question. Do you have any research agreements with anybody?
Yes, quite a couple.
Uh-huh. You know what that does, right?
I suppose give me the technology research and I give them theirs.
Mm-hmm. There's something else it does. Especially if you're diplomatic.
I don't know what else it does. Oh,
it allows you to recruit their species as leaders.
So who do I?
But hold on, now I don't know. It also might have been in a trade thing. Maybe you triggered an event that gave you this. This is also why you got to be careful with the events that pop up.
Oh.
So.
Oh, I know who it was.
Who?
Lithuania.
And that makes sense. Because I have one where they're two, but I wouldn't see the difference. We're both humans.
Yeah.
So, oops. That's unchangeable. Unless you fire her ass. And I don't think you can do that in this game. Let me see. I'm gonna look at one of my science lowest. What is my lowest science?
Dismiss her.
You need to dismiss her right now.
Yes. Done. Oh, I know why I did that. Oh, I know what happened.
What?
Because one of my previous scientists, I was constantly died, and the next one I had to recruit was nothing but humans.
And that's because of your agreement with Melantha.
Yes,
You need to be careful. So here's a lesson for you diplomatically. Don't get certain agreements in certain areas that can hurt you like that. All you care about as a megacore is, well, I hate to say this, but basically the profit and in your case, the diplomacy. So never do major agreements, and if you do them, do not hire their species. Wait for one of yours.
Don't wait, hold on. I want to see.
Unless they live on your planet already. Now, if you get immigration from them, see what you should have done, James, if that's the case, if you're going to do that, you need to open up an immigration policy with them as well. So you get humans on your planet that you can do that with. So that way you can manipulate the faction if it's led by that species. Because otherwise, it's not going to matter. Because that's what it's looking for. It wants you to do a civil rights movement for humans you don't have.
That makes sense.
She's the only human that lives there. I also think that's a weakness in Stellaris that I forgot about, that it's had forever. That I think the new DLC is going to fix, actually, is that for some reason the leaders have standing in that area when they're the only species living there. Like, they're the only one of their kind. Literally.
Interesting.
And that shouldn't be a thing.
That's also moving closer to Cabal and the Palladians.
But that can't be helped. That was my bad for not knowing that too enough.
Alright, I fired a house. Now, the Committee of Dislike has my thingy dude in it.
Okay, now that it's him, what does it say now? Is it the same? Did it change?
It's the same for now.
It's the same, but at least now it's someone within your own thing. Is there anything he has that you can improve that you can do? Like, what are the reds he says that he has?
The same as the previous human.
So, Synth Envy,
the Outlaw Edge, Joe, AI Outlaw.
But that one's green, right? AI Outlawed?
Nope, that's red.
Why is that red? Hold on. That shouldn't be red. You don't have that, do you? Where is it? Where is it? Was it Society again? Policies. It's not edicts, is it? It's not an edict that you need to do, right? No. Not unless you have to research it for some reason. Policies, AI.
Does that spare tissue? Does it work?
Okay, yeah. So go to AI. I know what it is. Go, unless for some reason you already have this. Go to AI and set it to outlawed instead of anything else.
Yeah, I did that previously. You can tell me to.
But it's still red?
We cannot change this stats to this poster to 28.
Why can't you change it?
Because I just changed it recently.
But is it on outlawed?
Yes.
Okay, then it should have already done it. Hold on, let me let it play for just a second. Since we're just experimenting, I'm gonna let it play for a whole month. There we go. What about now?
Good news! My minerals have gone down gone up from -8 to -1. My monthly influence has gone up by 2.
So let me guess, it actually ticked over. Does it say he accepts the AI outlawed now?
No, it still says it's negative 30%. It's still...
What?
Still...
So you must have made another faction happier.
No, we're still...
I don't know, that's confusing. I don't know what's happening. To be fair, I don't know how to... It almost feels like it's bugged. That you somehow bugged it out. And I almost do think that is a bug in Stellaris. That hiring a separate species you don't have on a planet rings in this weird error in the code. That it starts to ask for things for the humans that there are no humans. And the game really shouldn't do that. I don't know if I know how to fix this. Let me think. So nothing changed with the AI side.
No, nothing's changed with the factions and everything.
Bring it back up so I can see it on your stream, because I'm still looking at your stream.
Oh, what the hell?
What?
Oh my god, okay. I tell you something.
What?
Do you know how I was making plus 25 consumer goods?
Mm-hmm.
It's flipped to negative 27.
Uh-huh. It's because of social welfare. Social welfare costs a lot. That makes sense, though. You had to do that. Because you're running a multicultural species already.
Yeah.
But once again, I don't know if this is fixable. Because you see how I call it a cascade. Every time we fix something else breaks. Because the core setup is not right.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do to fix this. But yeah, bring up the AI one again, the one that's asking you for AI outlawed, like the actual faction. But yeah, at this point it is starting to look more and more like we may actually forcibly have to do this again. I'll have to I'll have to write down who's all in here so we forcibly bring them back. Okay. Because we don't want to change who's on the map. Because then that may change different situations. We can't help where we're going to spawn. So, because that is one thing you're going to have to be worried about.
Still red.
Okay, well, hold on. I just want to look at it. Why is my phone so damn blurry right now?
Yeah, do you know what it is? Is your quality set to the highest?
Maybe. I don't know how to do that on the phone anyways. I'm just going to make the screen bigger so I can see it. Yeah, outlaw.
Yeah, but if you go to full screen, you should see a little cog at the top.
Yeah, it's definitely AI outlawed. I think. Oh, God. You said a cog at the top? Where? Ow.
Top right.
Okay.
And that's what, and if you click that...
Oh, it's at one, the lowest.
Yeah, it automatically sets up for my videos, so you have to manually change it.
High picture quality.
No, you do. You go to advanced, and you pick your current quality of the video.
Okay. Hold on, let me bring it back up. Come on. Ow. So I go to what?
Advanced.
Quality, advanced, 720.
720.
There it goes.
There you go. Does it look a lot better?
Wow, that's dumb. I'll have to tell people that. I didn't know that. Because sometimes I have people in comments. Because sometimes I have people in comments wonder, why is your video so blurry? It's because I've had that happen on the PlayStation app, where it will some reason default back to 480, even though I set it to 1080 every time.
Yeah.
So, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it happens to me.
Yeah, it says AI Outlaw, Dulled Edge, Science Without Borders, which you already did, which is helping you.
Yeah.
The Dull Edge, you can't really help. AI Outlaw, yeah, that's... Let's see, allowing the development... Go back up to it. I need to read its description. Like, highlight it specifically, AI Outlawed. I need to read the description of it. Maybe I'm misunderstanding something. Allowing the development and study of robotics and artificial intelligence. Hold on. What's the difference in that compared to mine? Am I... Hold on. Wait. AI allowed... Allowing the development and study of robotics and... Okay, yeah. Let me go look at mine now. So mine is happy with this. Let me look what my edict says compared to yours. Mine is in servitude. So they're allowed. It's not outlawed or anything. It might have been. Wait a minute. Uh-oh. I wonder if that counts. You didn't research any robotics, did you?
I can have a look. Research.
Is there a way to know? Hold on. Let's look at our research technology. Yeah, technology tab. You want to, so go to the, on the left side, go to technology tab. It's the three little beaker symbols.
And then go to research.
And look on engineering. Do you see any robotic workers or anything robotics related, like powered exoskeletons, machine template systems, any of those?
No. Yeah, I need to research that.
No, James, these are what you already have.
What for? So on.
The section you're looking at right now is what you already have.
So the ones with the numbers I've researched.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm looking at your stream. This entire area, we're both on this screen. This is what you already have.
Oh yeah, I have powered exoskeletons I accidentally researched.
Go down. Let me see all of yours. Keep going down. Like, go down from. Keep going down. Like, I want to see all of your. You probably already did.
I can't go any more down.
Okay, yeah. So it's just it's the powered exoskeletons, probably. I assume. You don't have nanomechanics, do you?
That would be in.
It looks like a little magnifier. Yes, you do. I see it right there below powered exoskeleton. It's right beneath powered exoskeleton. You do have nanomechanics. Damn. That's why he hates you. You researched robots. You were supposed to outlaw them from the beginning of the game. This is also what I told you when we first started this playthrough. You want to set up your edicts to match what you need from the very beginning. Because this determines what you're allowed to see and what you're not. If you had outlawed AI from the beginning, you wouldn't have even seen these.
Yeah, makes sense.
Now, there's also something when you're building a species, you have to make sure you know what you want to go for, too. This is why I emphasized it when you were building your species for the first time. Know what your ultimate type of playstyle is for them. That's what decides what needs to be set up in the beginning, and then that either deprives you or gives you access. So since I'm Wayland, I'm super corrupt, and not only am I allowed access to corrupt tech, but I'm allowed access because they're super robotic as well. They believe in heavy robotics and industry. I have all of the robotics. I have robotic workers, nanomechanics, powered exoskeletons, weather control systems, all the ones that dude would hate. It's like, and then outlawing it would not allow you to even see those. So at this point, you're never going to make that faction happy. So we're just going to ignore them entirely. At least they're not the human one anymore. So the one that's 55%, what do they want? Since I can see your stream now. Let me see what they want.
Oh, they just want this.
Let's see. The free movement for your own people. Hold on. Go to your crystallanian species. Like the actual, like go to people, go to species, and go to your actual crystallanians. Yeah, so people tab, then, or go to the people button, then go to the species tab, and go to your actual crystallanians. Go to set rights.
Oh, okay. So I was just waiting.
Let me... Once it comes up on the stream...
I like how the species is not being purged. I love that purge.
See, I don't understand what it wants.
Wait it.
I don't understand. What is go to colonization for me real quick? You can't do that. You don't want that anyways. That's not what he's asking. He's trying to... It's triggering something about someone not being able to move. It's on that one already. Go to,
You mean migration?
Go to migration controls. But, I mean, I assume no migration controls is free movement. Unless it has its own number. Nah, it doesn't. See, the reason why I was checking is I wanted to make sure it didn't have its own name. What the heck? I don't know what's triggering this. What?
Showing the free movement of POPs by prohibiting forced resettlement and disabling migration controls.
Wait, hold on. What is it saying? Hold on, let me read it. It says, ensuring the free movement of POPs by prohibiting forced settlement and disabling migration controls will please...
To Democratic Committee.
Forced settlement? What section is that under? What would that be? Oh my god. Why is this not...
Found it.
Where is it at?
Under politics, in policies. Resettlement, and I put it aloud. POPs could be forcibly resettled between planets.
Did you... Was it on prohibited originally?
No, it was always on allowed.
Then that can't be it. Because if it's already on allowed, James, then they wouldn't be triggered. Then there wouldn't be a warning telling you that the Democracy House doesn't like this. This is why I think we've run into a bug of some sort. Something has happened that doesn't make any sense. Unless we're being, like I said, really dumb. But I'm trying to figure out, what's your diplomatic stance? Mercantile. I don't know. Wait, hold on. What about land appropriation? What do you have under that?
Oh, prohibited.
No.
It's funny because I put this as prohibited, and I still accepted the colony.
But I don't know... Well, no, that's different. That's not what it means. It means that certain planets will always have a place for other non-people of your species. But I don't, is that what's triggering it? Alright, hold on. What's your first contact protocol?
So that will be,
That'd be right beneath it, under land appropriation.
peaceful.
Okay, what's your initial border status?
Open.
Okay. And what does refugees say again? For you, at the bottom almost?
For the refugee settlement, so that being...
It'd be right above population controls.
Nope, it's here.
I know, what does it say?
Refugees welcome.
And population controls are not allowed, right?
So
like, it'll be right beneath
controls.
that.
Yeah, prohibited.
Wait. Yeah, prohibited. Yeah, that's what you want. Yeah, prohibited. Both of those are prohibited. Slavery as well.
I can't have... I can't allow it.
Okay, well, I'm just... That all you need to do. You don't have to tell me that. Just tell me if it says prohibited already.
It's locked into prohibited.
Okay. We're going to experiment. Because there's only one in here that seems that it may be. I want you to put land appropriation to allowed.
Okay.
Because we need to find out what's triggering this.
Do not think activated for the next 10 years.
And what about native? What do you have for,
no, not just yet.
What?
Because you would ask me something else.
Well, no, go. You can go ahead and do that. You want to allow land appropriation. Because we need to find out if that's triggering them. Because prohibited on that sounds kind of dictator-ish. So I'm wondering if that's what he's reading. So go, your resettlement is allowed. Go up.
This is the first that can go up.
Okay, yeah, just go to the top. I'm just looking at something. I have no idea. Alright, well, go out of that. Let's go back to the main menu. I'm gonna let it play for about a month again. I want to see if it changed anything. Boom. Okay. Does it say it now? Does it say he's okay with free movement now and all that?
Well, no.
No.
It's still negative 10, but it's... Yeah, it's still negative 10.
I don't know. I really don't know. I think we might have bugged Stellaris out. Check my lowest again. Let me see something. Can I click on these? I cannot. Okay.
Hang on. Whoa, hold on. I'm now making back minerals, and I'm...
That's because that's gonna naturally happen because you're getting more populace to work the mines. That will fix itself. But here's the thing: that's not gonna matter if you have a rebellion. And that's where this is going, because there's a decent amount of people following this. And if it gets worse, Alright, highlight it one more time for me, James. I'm gonna read it word for word one more time. So highlight free movement in his thing. So I can read this. Okay, so ensuring the free movement of pops by prohibiting forced resettlement and disabling migration controls will please this. Yeah. You have no migration controls on anyone. You even turned it off on the, I assume you turned it off on the mushroom people. That they're allowed to colonize places and stuff. I literally don't know what would be triggering this other than the bug. But yeah, go back to people tab. It's in the people tab.
I think it could be this.
No, James, it's not war philosophy, James. You need to go...
Not war philosophy, you dickhead.
No, James. Resettlement is already on allowed. That's not what it is. Don't go there. That's not what it is. Because you're not. This is what I'm saying. You're reading it backwards. That's why I was making sure I wasn't reading it backwards. They're pleased by you allowing movement. So there's So it's either a bug or it's something that's So go back to the mushroom people for me.
The mushroom people. A bunch of shrooms.
Which would be in the People's tab.
Here.
And species. And then go to set rights and bring that up. And I'm just going to look through it. I'm pretty sure it's going to be normal for what it needs to be. Because I'm pretty sure you already had it set to open for most things. Other than the social welfare. Yes, see, colonization is allowed. So is migration. Yeah, this has got to be a bug. This has got to be a bug. They have full military service, full citizenship, Colonization is allowed. Yeah, because see, you don't want migration controls because that's not what it is. Because he wants free movement, which is what your entire species has.
I have no idea. I think I made it broke.
I think you broke it when you hired a human. Because I think what it is it's still thinking that there's humans on the planets. You have no humans.
No, so I just missed the last, the only one.
So, at this point, yeah, unless you want to deal with that permanently. Because that's going to be a permanent bug. We're not going to be able to fix that. Because it's not supposed to be happening. And that faction should like you. With the way your character plays. And your Crystallinians think. That should be your top faction. But because it's bringing some unusual bug. Because a human was allowed to be a leader at some point somehow. No, you know what I think it was? You know what I know? I bet you I know what happened. I bet you at some point you had a migration thing with Melantha. She turned it down after a while after she became a friend with me, but you hired a leader before it ended. And when it ended, because you hired it, it registered this human populace probably for a little bit, right? Like maybe one or two, at best. But since you had a leader, and here's the thing, it doesn't matter if it's one person. If you have a migration treaty and you get one citizen of that species on your planet, guess what that becomes? That means you can go into the People's tab immediately and set their rights.
Yeah.
So what happened is a lonely human, a single human, who you ended up hiring as leader, lived there long enough. And since you became a leader and you didn't change their rights to be leaders, she was allowed to found a faction. And because she is human, I'm assuming because of coding and all that, the game's thinking that you still have humans beside her and you don't. Because when Melantha closed you off, she closed her borders too. So you have no humans. They probably migrated back because you were ignoring them. Because you accepted another species too soon.
Yeah.
Because I know you did have that happen with... I remember you telling me about it. You did have humans at least once at one point. So that's why it confused me when you went into your people tab and there were no humans. What it was is they all moved away before the borders closed. Except the leader you hired. But the faction had already been created. So now the only people following it are other Crystallinians and other things. So it's caused this weird glitch where you can't set the rights for the humans to be full what they need to be. I am assuming. Because I imagine they must have had population controls because they came from Melantha.
Yeah.
Naturally set when you got them. So that's a huge bug. I've never had that happen, to be fair, but I'm also very tedious when it comes to playing diplomacy, because you have to be. Weird stuff like that apparently can happen, I guess.
Yeah.
And maybe it'll fix itself over time, but I can't guarantee that. I don't know what's causing it other than what I said. So maybe at some point it'll recognize there's a Crystallinian in charge, not a human, and it'll fix that and say free movement actually is a thing? I don't know. Maybe it's something to do with your species. Wait, actually, is there a way to look at your species traits? Hold on.
Yes, there is. In
like in here, ruler trait, governing ethics, civics.
They have clean, unruly, resilient, genius, volatile, excrescencies, and credit preference.
Wait, hold on. So, unruly is Empire Sprawl. Yeah, but where's the... See, what I'm looking for is not listed there, though. I need to see your rock people stat. Go to your faction instead of your people. Maybe it's in that one. Like at the get out of that and like go to the very top where you see, or no, just hit left on your D-pad,
Not so go to that. It's just left.
and then go up to government. Yeah. I think. Are you on it? Yeah. No, it's the very top one. Like you want to get out of that tab, go the buttons on the left and go all the way to the top and click government. Like go because you need to see because that'll show your governing ethics and different things. I need to see something.
See.
It maybe have to do something with that too. That there's something.
Ethics.
So we've got charismatic. Champion. Go down to champion of the people, James.
Oh, okay. I have.
Top left, yeah. Because I'm looking at your ruler real quick. No, it's not that. Egalitarian, xenophile, pacifist. Yeah, it's got to be a bug. I don't see any traits unless it's which I don't know how to look at unless. Correct me if I'm wrong, Farseer in James's chat or mine. I'll check mine in a second. How do you look at a species trait? So how does he see the rock trait's original explanation, I guess? Oh, no, wait, I think I see it. Is it continuous rebirth? Hold on, no, go back to that, James. Go to the top next to, yeah, I see it. No. Go back to your government. Yeah. Stay in there. And next to reform government, you'll see calamitous birth.
Yeah.
Not native to their homeworld, these lithoids arrive there when a meteorite slammed into the planet and killed off most of the native life. Start with a massive crater deposit on homeworld, giving an additional total districts to mining. Able to build meteorite colony ships, which travel at great speeds and damage the planets they target, which creates mines.
Yeah.
But I don't see anything. Is there one to the right of that? Let's see. Your corporate and diplomatic weight. No, it doesn't show it.
Hey!
I don't know.
What is this? Oh, fuck you. That's alright.
What's that? Materialism? Let's see. Materialist ethics attraction. Oh, God. Go down. Back to that, James. Go back to that.
What?
The one that said, you were just on. Yeah, right there. Stop. Wherever you're at right now. Just don't move. Okay, so that says materialist ethics attraction minus 75%. Oh no. Oh. Oh no. Go up above that? Like one above that you're on, right? Like where you were?
Yeah.
And what is this one? That's just ship fire rate. Go above that? Is it one of these? Is it a modifier that's happening? What is that one? That is mining station output. That's normal. Go above that. Monthly exotic gases +1. Monthly energy credits more. That's fine. And then the next one is void loops. Go to the next one up. Okay, go to the top one. I'm pretty sure I know what the top one is. I wonder if it's the bottom one. That's what's caused. I mean, it would help fix this, but I don't think there's a way to get rid of that now. I wonder why that's triggered. No, the crystal focus one, James, at the top.
Oh, okay. It's just energy credits of jobs +5%.
Okay, so go back to the negative one. The one that's that one that's saying negatives on it. The one that's right above agenda.
Yeah, that one.
I need to read it word for word real quick. It's still a bug, but this ain't helping. And I need to figure out how to change this before we do our next game. Because I don't know if we're going to be able to fix this now. Materialist ethics attraction minus 75%. Because materialism is suppressed. Why? Why? This is so strange. I don't know what gave you that modifier. See,
I am suppressing one faction.
Huh?
I am suppressing one faction.
Yeah, but that shouldn't be materialists. Those are scientists. Materialism is part of science to a certain extent, but it's not the whole thing. 75% is a huge dip. That's why. But the problem with these modifiers, James, you see how they have a time limit on them, except that one, right?
Yeah.
A lot of these happen during the game or are caused by other things you've chosen or changed.
Yeah, DLC.
So I don't know what created that. So that plus whatever the bug were happening that I don't quite understand either. Also, has Farseer said anything in chat? Let me go back to mine for now. There's not much more I can look at at the moment, I don't think.
Oh, I found out you total people. 40% of them are fungoid, 86% are calcite.
Damn, the fungoid are catching up, I will say, as an even kilter species. But they're not the problem. That's the irony here. The one that's not the crystallanians is not the issue.
That's odd.
Well, it's because you played your diplomacy a little weird.
I did.
You accidentally shunned your own crystals and promoted mushrooms. Don't know how you did that, but you did.
Just to describe this people. So my guy just fucked up rock people and went for the mushrooms.
He went for the mushroom people. It made more money as a megacore.
That's gonna be so interesting.
I'm clueless as well, is what Farseer says. Okay. Ah, dang it. Yeah. Alright, so that means probably the worst just happened. Okay. I'm gonna let you decide on this, James. It's not, once again, it's not like it's a Gary. It's you could easily still win, but I'm gonna warn you before I say this. It's not that you, even though you could easily still win, you're gonna have to deal with an annoying thing you cannot fix at all for the rest of the game. Unless for some reason you get humans. Which, you do know Fenrir, don't you?
I feel like if I do know Fenrir, but I feel like now...
Well, yeah, here's the other issue that's going to start happening. If you do this, your crystallinians are no longer going to be the primary species. You're going to be a completely mixed species. You will have 3 different species, and all of them have equal rights. So now your entire dynamic will change. And you'll need more food now. Guaranteed.
Oh.
Because, so your farming world will have to be upgraded. So you see how much, that's a lot of footwork. So, once again, not impossible. It's just, do you want to put up with that since you didn't know that's what you were getting into?
I feel like I just need to restart. I should just have a restart. Because, like at the beginning, I was doing okay.
Yeah, you were. And so I think it happened, your first big thing that started messing you up is the thing I think I do remember telling you, maybe that's not a good idea. And when Melantha came to you with a migration agreement.
Yeah, and I stupidly accepted this. I think that led to that, so that was the problem. The second one is a colony that I think I took on another species too early.
Well, no, I think you got natives. I think you found some native mushroom people, and they just grew up on your planet.
They were they were rebelling against Malaysia because they were part of
And I bet you.
Originally.
Oh, and you know what, James?
Originally,
Hold on. I know what caused the bug. You know what it was? You had a migration with Melantha. Your two species were originally human calcite. But when you helped with the rebellion, you kicked all the humans off your planet.
I see.
But so because you hired one of Melantha's leaders, the game doesn't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
Because
I know it was a rebellion because they said, we see your people have more ethics towards ours. Can we join you?
Which that would have been fine if you hadn't had humans already. You could have actually saved those people, and they would have been your migrants, and they would, and you would be fine right now.
Yeah, I think that's also started, as well as me doing other shit I don't question, and not knowing. You know this a bit better. Me not knowing how to branch
not too much better, but yes.
Branch officers work, which is part of a mega core, which is part.
Well, I didn't know how the diplomatic ones worked. I knew how to. It took me forever to figure out.
And now I know how the diplomatic ones work.
Because it took me forever to figure out how the corrupt people open up their offices. They can just do it. So I was like, oh.
So I just have a complete restart, a complete refresh. Because I think I single-handedly screwed this up entirely.
Well, not entirely. It's just going to be annoying for you to play now. Like, you're going to be like I had in a different situation. It was fixable, but to be fair, I just lived with it. It wasn't a bug like this one is, because this is the first time I've ever seen something like this. But it was along the same lines. I know the pain you're going to go through, because without it being a bug, but actually dealing with that, you have to basically just continue to suppress that faction for the rest of your empire's existence.
Yeah.
And that means you'll never have the influence you had before. You'll always have to spend some to make sure they never get more people. And to be fair, even suppressing it, that doesn't guarantee it's not gonna get more people.
Yeah,
it'll still naturally get some here and there, making it harder and harder, and more expensive, which makes it more expensive to suppress. So, I had to do that with Fenrir during the end of the series of Rise of the Wolf, because I got a little too aggressive at the end, and I had a couple dictator factions all of a sudden spring up on me. So I had to suppress both of them for the rest of the series.
Yeah, I just say, let's start afresh, and I want to do the game now properly, and not just be a dick and just fuck things up. If I don't want to do it, I just don't want to do it.
I mean, that's
the other thing. Well, the 1 week I did fuck it up, I was kind of in practice, and I was kind of in that mode where Zeech took over, and it was like, ooh, what does this do? I'll fuck up my playthrough.
Yeah, I mean,
because I remember I was setting some of these people to fuck with the giants or the desolates, and you told me you don't want to do that, James.
Yeah, because look how big they are. Like, them and the desolate are doing the best because they don't have that many contenders. Everyone else is fighting someone else.
Is the giants at war? I don't think the giants at war.
If they are, they're at war with the Xenos. They've been killing them slowly. I've been keeping my eye on it. Since we're going to restart, I'm going to go ahead and say it. They were what were probably going to win you this if we had continued, because the giants have, over the course of our last couple episodes, taken at least 5 to 6 systems away from the Xenos. So that means they've been aggressively fighting them. And it makes sense because they're on borders with each other. And the Xenos do not care. They're going to constantly attack. So they're provoking the hell out of them constantly, I bet. So mine was a race to get past Fenrir, because you see where you're at. I have to go between you and Fenrir to get there. Or through Melantha.
You know Melantha's part next to Fenrir now.
Well, yeah, and that's what my plan was. Since she surrounded him, what I was gonna do is gain first war on the peacocks over here. I was going to war on them, get a couple more planets to my name to work with. Then I was going to make an agreement with Melantha so I could get open borders, and then start a war against Fenrir to take that area. Just so I can have access to the Xenos. Because then after that, all I have to do is get open borders with the Giants. I don't have to war with them. They're not at war with me or hate me. They're neutral with me, to be fair, because we haven't really done anything together. They're a little bit in the negative, but not fully. So it was reasonable that I didn't have to fight them either. But that still would have taken me forever. So you had time to go, but it's more of an annoyance thing on your level of you have to decide personally for yourself. Are you ready to put up with the annoyanceness of a faction stabbing you in the back for the rest of the series? Because that's really all it's going to be. Because you still could win. It's just going to be a lot harder.
Yeah.
But you still have time, is what I'm trying to say. But if you'd rather, since you now know what you want to do with your megacores, and you'll know of the branch offices from the beginning, there is an advantage with that. If we start over, you will at least know now how to do your branch offices, which will give you a supreme better start.
Yeah.
Especially as soon as you meet a democratic society. You will immediately be able to give them branch offices as long as you get the right equipment.
Do you know how start bases work? And you get trade values? I've only built one of them.
Wow. Yeah, work on that next time, too.
Yeah. So, you're not out my entire sectors, and I was wondering why some of these trade values won't be collected. I only built one like a dickhead.
So, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8!
Yep. And I built.
And you wonder why I'm the king of the market.
Yep. Yep.
I did exactly what Wayland did. Very little actual planet control, but a ton of fringe space stations, like Sevastopol. Ton of space stations.
Yeah, and you know what? That didn't help my situation either. I think that was just one of the little things that added up to being. Didn't help me.
And 2 of these stations are upgraded to Star Fortress stations, which means they have even bigger trade in them.
But you know what I was going to research next? Starports. Because that would help me with my one space station.
Yeah, yeah, and like I said, it's very, and that's also, never be afraid to put certain ports somewhere, to grab somewhere ahead of time for future use. You don't have to upgrade it to a spaceport immediately. You can just keep it as a little outpost in the beginning.
Well, let me answer this call, so
that's fine. I'll go ahead and start wrapping it up and talking the chat for our side since we're going to start over. Let's see. Wait, James promoted a faction. Is it spiritualist? And is he suppressing a materialist faction like scientists? He is to a certain extent. Like I said, it just kind of got out of whack because he didn't understand what migration treaties did. Which, tip for you next time. I did look this up to make sure before I started reading chat again, because I typed it in on my phone. Research agreements are okay, I was wrong. But you accepted a migration treaty with her back before you started the rebellion.
Yeah.
That's what causes the leaders to show up from another from another person's species. So do not, as a rock person, accept migration. You want to get your people by getting them to live on your world. No other ways. Because you also don't want to do it in the beginning, because since your rock people don't want food or need food, then you want to stay crystallinian as long as possible. Just crystallinian. You want to be democratic and have research in, like, economic agreements with democratic other factions, but never migration until you are ready for it. And make sure it's a faction you know you're going to stay with, too, James. Because also doing it with Melantha, who's a dictator, and you're a Democrat, that was very foolish. You
It was.
should have waited on Fenrir for that. Because now that they're next to you, you could have got it with them, and that would have also solved that glitch.
Yeah, it would have.
And so yeah. So remember, if you're gonna accept a new species through migration, make sure they're gonna stay your friend. Well, you're gonna have all kinds of diplomatic issues, as you can tell.
Yeah.
Oh man. And that being said, for anyone new to Stellaris, that's why you see me when I first come back to Stellaris. I always play a dictator first, or a hive mind, because they're the easiest style to manage, government wise. You don't really have to put up with a lot with them. Like, because I'm a super corrupt government, none of the other species besides humans have any rights. So they don't get to do anything. So my unity stays +4. And the only faction who hates me is my science faction, because I've been doing shitty in research. But that's it. All my factions are 59 and up.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, it happens. James, science factions promote materialism because I always get them as a faction when picking materialists. He didn't pick materialists, but even when you don't pick it, but depending on the choices you go science-wise, politically, and your, like, everything you do, and edicts as well. Whatever edicts you have set determines what you start to develop among your people. Because it's just like real life. If you're allowing certain interests, then can you really blame them? It's like, you said it was okay, so they did it. And it was fine, but if you're not ready for it, you can see what happens. But yeah, Farseer is right on that. Like, science, materialism, since they run slightly hand in hand, are always going to pop up if you're going a materialistic build. And since you're a mega core, James, kind of hard not to.
Yeah.
So your scientists are real pissed, and your people who want democracy are confused.
Yeah.
This is literally, you should have played Zeech's Empire instead.
Yeah.
I feel like that way you set that faction up, you'd be able to get around this because it's all pure chaos.
Yeah.
That's funny though.
So you
man.
must keep in mind what you have.
Yeah, well, so what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna delete the save right away. I need to go through. I'm gonna do it right after we end the stream.
I just took a screenshot, so it's okay. I'll send it to you.
Oh, did you? Oh, hold on. I guess I could do that, huh?
You know, zoom out the map and just screenshot. Boom.
Yeah, you know.
You know, yeah. Don't do with me. I'm saving you the time. Don't be easy.
Wait, but there is an empty area between Desolate and Giants. Is there anyone we're missing? Send me that picture, but there's also another screen I'm going to have to look at when we're done.
I know what it is. No, it's a giant science ship that just roaming around in that fucking particular area.
No. I'm saying that, like, you see how there's a gap of space in between the Desolate and the Giants and the Xenomorphs?
Oh, yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
There could be a faction in there.
There is one between the Desolate and the Giants. There is the,
Who? You know them?
I see them. They're from the Zorium. They're the and the Zepek.
But you can see more factions in there.
That's
like
the
in that
only
open.
I see. Because there is a little small faction. You know how I've got a little bubble shit. The Mythball Ravagers there.
Is it just those?
The Canvism Reavers.
Is it just those?
Yeah, that's what the only ones I can see. Because I think I have shared vision with them, so I can see what they see. Wait, just have a little look.
So can you see, do you have shared vision with the Giants?
Cosplays, so what do I have with them? So I have The trader is rivaling, has non-aggression. I'm in a commercial back. Research, defensive, migration treaty.
You have another migrate. Who is that with?
The Giants.
Oh, you better be glad that didn't take over, James. Don't do those anymore. Because you realize that means you could also have giants on your planet right now. You don't, but it will happen eventually.
So migration, please. Yeah, let's talk about how I have another one with a third back.
Oh!
It may not be the Palladians.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god, James.
Yeah, you notice how
it's no wonder your factions are like, we don't know what the hell to do anymore. It's no wonder this game broke. Okay. We'll leave it at that. Next tip for you in the next playthrough. Don't get those.
Don't do migration treaties.
Everything else is fine. Research, economic agreements. You know,
just
whatever, trade agreements.
Treaties.
Just avoid that one.
Do it with certain species, though.
You can do it with any of them. Just don't do it before you're ready. Make sure if you're plan for it, basically. So let's say you're gonna get some humans. Make sure you have a planet that has farms on it that you've actually built before you do it.
Yeah.
Or any biological species.
Hold on. So what's the migration tree? That's the.
Or if you're gonna, or another example in the opposite spectrum, and you don't want to go biological, and I wouldn't recommend this as a democratic. This would be more of a Wayland thing. If you're gonna go machines and hive mind, make sure you have robotics allowed. Like meaning. You want to promote robotics. If you're going to do cybernetic species along with crystallian, which technically efficiency-wise, if you're not going to go democratic, probably is the safest route. Because neither require food. One requires energy, one requires minerals.
Yes, that's about right.
And that's easy for both to make. Both are good at making both. So, but since you're going democratic, you're mostly going to be doing biological. So do not start migration treaties until not only are you ready to stay friends with that faction permanently for the rest of the game, but also you have a planet that can support the food uptake that will all of a sudden start happening. You can also move them to that planet too. If you want them to be on that planet specifically. You can just move. You can just move people around. You want to let them have their own choices. To be fair, most of them probably would go to that planet to begin with, especially if it's the only planet with farms on it.
Makes sense.
So, but at least I think that's how Stellaris looks at it, from what I've played and seen. But depending on the species.
I did boo boo.
Yeah. But it's alright, it happens. We were gone for too long, though. I'm not going to save it, I'm just going to leave it where it was originally.
The connection was lost to the host. How do you wish to proceed?
Just quit.
Just quit. And it doesn't give me any options. It's just like, how do you proceed? It just tells me to.
Do you want to keep playing this game by yourself?
I wish you'd tell me that.
Oh, man.
I just like how it just gives me the option of just quit. And nothing else. No goddamn sense. It's like, how do you want to proceed? It's like, tell me, how much do you want to leave this game?
Alright, so what I'm
gonna do...
that
broken game I have? It keeps coming back to haunt me. I just deleted it now. Load game. Broken game save data. And I can't load it.
I delete them. I delete those. That's probably from a different playthrough before the updates came through.
I keep deleting them. I go back to the main menu, load game. Hey, look, it's there.
You have to delete the whole thing. Like, There's a way to delete it. You're probably deleting only the inside file, which doesn't
Or
do
you mean
anything.
the outside save data.
You have to delete the whole thing, like the whole little thing that's associated with that playthrough. Meaning, like if I were to go to load my Wayland Yutani MP that says means multiplayer, if I were to delete that section, that's the whole thing. Because you can hit X and go in and delete individual saves. And like auto saves you don't want and stuff. So, but you have to get rid of the whole thing. Now, if that doesn't, I don't know.
Okay, now I just merged in my previous playthrough with the broke. Okay, great!
Well, like I said, the best thing you can do, James, when it comes to starting over on things, just delete everything when it comes to stuff like that. Like, just everything. Because you don't know, especially when a big update happens in the strategy game, and certain mechanics get changed and you have the DLC for it, that save file is no longer playable, because it's in old mechanics. So you have to delete it anyways. So Wayland,
I'll go to Z because I wanted to see something.
Make sure. All right, I'm getting a couple of pictures on that screen too. Okay, just so I can know who to put in the next one again. Let's see. Let me go read what Farseer's saying here. Let's see. I remember annihilating a faction entire support by moving all the pops that support them to a planet on the edge of my system and let Darius Death Star the planet. That's one way to do it if you have an ally like that. Just eliminate the faction altogether. It's funny.
Is the DLC for it? Is the
well, I don't have it yet.
Relics?
It's Ancient Relics in the Federation one. I don't have either. I don't think. Do I? Let me make sure. Let me...
Which one's for the Giants? Because I know there's one for the Giants that you get...
yeah, it's Ancient... Oh, and Necroids. But I think you have that one. I think you already have that one. I don't have the Necroids. Oh, you don't? Okay. What's Necroids? Yeah, it's Necroid. The ones that we don't have is Ancient Relics, Federation, and Necroids. I'm pretty sure Federation is the one that fixes the issue you just had. Where I don't think it's allowed anymore, where leaders can determine certain citizen status if there's no citizens of that species. I'm assuming. Because that's literally all that DLC is about, is being a fully inclusive, multi-species Federation faction. That's what that's meant to do. That's what Fenrir is going to be next time when I do their stream. When I get that DLC, I'm going to redo Rise of the Wolf with that. Because then I can start with... You can also, because it gives you another origin story, you can also start as a Federation. Meaning you can start with you and 2 other smaller factions with you. That are a part of your Federation from the get-go. So, and I can use that to play some really unique, like, strategies with Fenrir and redo that. And bring back the Rise of the Wolf. But this time properly. But...
yeah.
Let's see. I lost 80 minerals, but saved influence and got it back in a month. Yeah, minerals are easy to come back from as soon as you know what's causing the issue.
Yeah.
Influence is the hardest resource in this game to maintain. Because especially if you're going to run a peaceful society. Because the influence is massively determined not only by somewhat your sprawl, which was massive for you, but also majorly determined by the factions and what's going on with them.
Yes.
And your population. So, it is, I'll admit, it took me forever. There's a reason why the Rise of the Wolf series was so many episodes. I learned so many issues that you have to run into as a diplomatic species in that series. I learned so much about playing as a Federation in that, and that was before Federation's DLC even existed. It's a lot easier now, but it's never going to be easy compared to anything else in the game. It's still always going to be the hardest type of victory. It's just the way it is. I hate to say it. The game's kind of saying the truth. Sometimes it's harder to be nice than a villain. I hate to say that, but damn. See, also Darius shared a cool Sprocket tank build. I saw that for a brief second. I didn't get the comment on it, but I saw it come in while I was talking to James about what was going in.
That is a tiger's worst nightmare. I agree.
I'll look at it right now before we wrap it up. If you want to go ahead and start calling yours, James.
Yeah, I'll wrap mine up. Well, as we learned, I'm going to treat it as learning how I broke the game is a better title than what I actually did. We're going to reset this, and due to my my mess ups and the one thing leads to another, we're going to start off fresh, and I'm going to give it 100% this time, and not dick about, not be foolish. I do give the same energy I give it to Spyro, and we shall be started at tomorrow. Because I'm feeling a lot better with energy. Now coming back to this and realising, you're an idiot, you fucked up, that's a mess. And that's basically what it is. So, we're going to restart it, give it 100%, and just be proper, try to give you a proper series and try not to mess about with it. But, on that note, I would like to thank you for joining, and Shape Scrap for joining, which and thank you all for watching, and thank you for Ardo for joining me and bullying me how I'm an idiot. Then that's so I will catch you all tomorrow. So bye. I need a shit, so I need to be right back.
Okay, there it is. Now I can see it. I couldn't see it for a second there. Wow, that is. Wait, what is that? Churchill with a Centurion turret. New update with smooth armor. What? Wow, Sprocket is awesome. That is a very... Oh, that's a tank that would have won a war during the time it would have probably came out in. That had been something that... Yeah, like James said, Tiger's already had enough time as it is. That had been guaranteed that they wouldn't have been able to compete with Britain at all. If that had been a thing. That's... I want that now, actually. I kind of want that tank. That's a really realistically reliable tank. It's got great armor, really good gun now. It's like, did somebody build an early Challenger? Is it just me? It's like what would happen if the Challenger was years and years earlier. It's basically what that is. That is terrifying. Wow, alright. But, alright guys, I think we are going to wrap it up here. I want to give a big shout out to Sealy and Farseer in chat. To everything that's been going on and stuff. Sorry to everyone who's watching that watches the series. Sorry that we're going to have to start over. Sometimes things like this happen in games like this. Plus, I think schedules got a little out of hand with a couple weeks ago, or actually a month ago at this point for this game specifically. And just never got really back in shape like it's been. And then me and James got sick in our different ways. I'm still not feeling totally better, because I'm still having small issues here and there with it, but so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start it over. I'm going to keep the same episode series name and number, because otherwise I'd have to delete all the videos in this playlist. So I don't think that there's a point to that. I think it'll be alright. So what we'll do is we'll call it one of those situations where it's like it's an alternate reality. Like, you got to see one reality where everyone was in a stalemate. And Waylon was slowly growing in size, but never guaranteed anything. And the Crystallanians had a diplomatic disaster that started to begin to happen because of Melantha's trickiness of secretly installing a leader in their populace. I'm creating a lore for this. To destabilize their society. While the giants wage an endless war against the xenomorph kind, and the desolate wait their opportunity to devour all. That was that reality. So we're going to play it off as next episode is going to be from the perspective of a different reality that went slightly different. Where the megacores may or may not have had a lot more power than they normally would have had. Dun, dun, dun. No, but that's what we're going to play it as. That way I don't have to start over an episode name, and we can still call it Xenonomics, because it is. And I can just keep the titles already used. I will change tonight's title to Diplomatic Bankruptcy. That way it makes more sense to what happened. But, and we'll go with that. That way it kind of plays to what happened to the Crystallanians because of Melanta's intervenence. But yeah. We'll do that. Not as bad as Sherman Jumbo with an 88 millimeter. Wow. I'm gonna leave it at that. That is wow. Someone. I want to play Sprocket now. Now I wanna like experiment with my own curious builds in my head. Huh. Okay, I might check that out too. That's pretty dope. I don't think it's sadly on console. I'd have to get it on PC, but that's, I'm down in that case. I love custom things like that. I have no words. I'm gonna leave it. That blew my mind. I'm gonna leave it at that as we end. But yeah, so we're gonna continue on in the next Saturday as in an alternate reality of the Mega Cores, picking up where we left off and also creating a new stint. We are not, to make it fair though, we are, however, not changing anything. The only thing that will change, sadly, because I don't think I can determine this, I'll see if there's a way to choose this, but I don't think you can. The spawn points will probably be different. That's where we're going to get to see, was one of us going to get more bone this time or less bone this time? It was pretty even last time, and it was like the kind of more of a perfect start, but to be fair, it may be interesting to see what it may do if it's not a perfect start for both of us, without us like making issues here and there accidentally or whatever, depending on what we do with our factions and our society. So like it may put me in smack dab in the middle of diplomatic territory, and that puts me at a disadvantage, which I'm fine with that if that happens, because it does mean now I have to have a more interesting start game, because it means I have to start a war with at least one of them before they're friends with each other. Because without doing that, there would be guaranteed problems that I would have to dish out and stuff. So.
Oh, I'm back.
Yo, welcome.
Welcome back.
So we're gonna end it there, guys, for that. Like I said, next week we will enter into the alternate reality. But for any...
rewrite the spell. Never happened.
Well, no, I mean, I'd have to delete all my videos. That's why I said this is going to be... we're playing it as... I even made a little lore, if you want to go back and listen to it. I made a little lore explaining, like, what all was actually happening in the universe is why these things were happening.
I see.
It's like... One of them's Waylon's growing stronger than he should be. Melanta inserted a spy into the Crystallanians and ruined their diplomacy. The Giants wage an endless war against Xenokind, and the Desolate wait for their chance to strike as the Federation and the Cabal decide who controls the other half. That's basically where that ended. That's where that reality's over. We're switching over to new reality. It's still going to be the same numbers, because I don't want to have to go back and delete all the videos that we already did, because we made it this far. So I'm just playing it off as this is just going to be from an alternate reality perspective. Because since we'll get different spawns, same people but different spawns, things are things are liable to be very different now. Depending on where we spawn this time and who's next door. Like, you do realize that also, and this is for both of us, bad and good. The worst scenario for me, there's a chance I could be thrown next to Palladian and Fenrir. Beginning of the game. Which would be very bad. That'd be bad for me. Because I cannot be friends with them. And they're gonna want me dead very quickly after a certain point. So, that's bad. That's the bad alternative for me. But you know what's the good alternative? It also equally could be I start next door to the Xenos. Which would be bad, which would be good for me, bad for you. Because that guarantees I have a chance very, very, very early to start working towards certain techs and prioritizing grabbing Xenos at a certain point in the game. And then having to work my way at making them a part of the society automatically. I've also sadly have to try to get certain events to trigger again. But then again, I could get better events. But who knows? But, and then the negative for you would be it starting you next to the Desolate.
Yeah, that'd be totally...
That would be not good. You would be an early war so fast. Which for a democratic society is a pain in the butt, by the way. Especially since you're pacifists. That will make your people very mad if they have to fight someone that early. Even if it's for defense and survival. The best thing you could do at that point is make him declare war on you. So you don't piss off your pacifists. If you end up spawning next to him. And your good spawn is the opposite of my bad spawn. It, some reason, puts you in between the Palladians and Fenrir.
That would be good.
That'd be the golden start for you. So... Or the peas. You could also trade with the California peas, the peacock people.
Those would be neutral.
Yeah, and the giants. They're also neutral pretty much to you, so they'd be a decent start as well nearby, but like I said, the golden start is getting both the other Democrats next to you.
Yeah.
But let's see, it got worse. Tiger with a Sherman turret rotation and way better engine and transmission, so it can go as fast as an I'm gonna play Sprocket the first chance I get. You should have told me that. Make a Tiger actually a Tiger. Sounds like a good idea to me. Not the media blown up version from the history that's like, Tigers were amazing. No, they weren't. Panthers were pretty good. Panzers were reliable. Tigers were shit. The only thing they were good at was surprising Shermans from long distance with really big guns. But as soon as the Sherman knew he was there and had better tactics, the Tiger's not going to outmaneuver that Sherman. Or rotate as fast turret-wise. So, that's scary. I'm definitely going to play that game when I get the chance, but... Alright guys, big shout out, like I said, to Farseer, Seeley, and James Army West 9 for streaming with me tonight. And if you want to check it out from his perspective as we relearn Stellaris again, because that helped me too, because it's been a month for me as well. I haven't played this since we played last either, so... Not even on Malik, sadly, because we've been doing some other stuff. Plus, I've been doing a little bit of Blood Bowl. Yeah, so if you want to check out us relearning the ways of Stellaris, definitely check out this episode and James's episode for this. Next week will be, don't worry, we'll be proper for both of us, proper mega cores ready to go. Because this is kind of good, like I said, this is good for me too. Even if I had the advantage there, it's still good for me because even I didn't understand how branch offices worked in the beginning. Because I didn't know how corrupt offices worked. Now I just know you just have to open them up. You just have to have the influence, the money, and the instability, how I should say it, with criminals there. To get it. That's all I need. But they don't make me that much trade value compared to a diplomatic, actual official branch office like James gets. That's why James's golden start would be, like I said, 2 Democrats right next door. He'd have so much trade value at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, well.
So, I wouldn't be king of the market then. Waylon would have to fight for it at that point. We'll have to see what happens. But alright, everyone. I want to say peace and love to all you guys out there watching my Stellaris streams and James's. Thank you so much for joining tonight and coming to watch us. I hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. And until next time, guys, we're going to be doing our normal Minecraft tomorrow. Because out of everything, that's the easiest thing this weekend to do, which is ironic. Because everything else was kind of just weird. Me and James were sick all this week. I'm still not better totally because mine's not a simple fix, sadly, yet. I don't know what it is, but I know whichever it is, I'm going to end up having to probably do something about it. But either way, this has just been a weird week. It's been chaos. Zeech and Nurgle together have been just crazy this week for some reason. Been pure chaos and pure so we probably should have checked this before we did it, but you know what, whatever. At this point, I'm glad we did this because now we get to learn how to be even better in the future.
Yeah.
Plus it gives me a chance to now put my logistic skills into play now, James, because see, here's the thing. When we started last, I wasn't playing Motorsport Manager yet. And many other certain things. Now,
yeah, you'll be alright.
I am now obsessed with the bottom tiniest point number. So you can imagine how my efficiency is going to be with a Megacore. Because that's what it's about.
Oh, I know.
It's about that gist. No, but anyway, peace and love to all you guys out there. I hope y'all have all enjoyed this episode. And until next time, I wish you all a good night, all you guys out there. And big shout out to you again, Farseer and everyone, and Sealy in chat, and just to everyone if you see this in the future as well. Thank you so much, guys. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!